Hare Krishna. I'm sitting here on the banks of the Yamuna River, the most sacred Yamuna River, at her source, high in the Himalayan mountains. This place is called Yamunotri. It's one of 4 sacred dhams in this part of the Himalayas, in the state of Uttarakhand. This place is sometimes referred to as Deva Bhumi, because there's so many sacred places, so many holy places. I've come here with a group of devotees. We'll be visiting Gangotri and Kedarnath and Badrinath. For centuries, for millenniums, actually you could say since the beginning of times, at the beginning of creation, great sages, yogis, mystics, they've come to these sacred places for their purification, uprooting the material desires and ultimately awakening our love of God. Particularly potent is to come to this very source where this sacred river, Yamuna, or we'll be going in a few days to the source of the Ganges. It falls actually through the heavenly planets, but the source, of course, of these sacred rivers is the spiritual world. And that's very significant. Just like different avatars come from the spiritual world, Krishna is the source of all avatars. He's called Avatari. When he comes, or when his expansions come, or when his pure representatives come, his devotees come, they come for our welfare, for our spiritual welfare. So this water trickles down from Vaikuntha. You could say in the case of the Yamuna River, she flows down from Goloka Vrindavan. And our acharyas have described that Yamuna Devi actually is, her personality, she's an expansion of Vishaka, one of the 8 Astasakis attending to the care of Srimati Radharani. So she comes here to this world, as do the avatars, as do different saintly persons, as does Tulsi Devi, all for the benefit of human beings. And by taking bath in her sacred waters again, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, all the dirty things in the heart are purified. Those nasty material desires which keep us bound up life after life, they're thrown to a distant place. And especially Yamuna Devi, she's actually even more sacred than the Mother Ganges. Ganges is most sacred. By Ganges we become free from sinful activities, but the acharyas say by bathing in the rivers of the Yamuna, one can develop pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and his eternal consort, Srimati Radharani.
मथुरा गए ना, मथुरा देख हमारे भयंकर कैद कर लेंगे।
So we've made a great effort to come here. It's not easy due to a lack of time and some physical disabilities in our group. We came by helicopters. We had a very generous sponsor. We came here quite quickly, but it's quite arduous to be in these mountains, climb. We walked 6 kilometers from where the helipad was. Even that was not so easy. And but we make that endeavor to develop that prema, that love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's an adventure. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that he is adventure. So those who like adventure, then they should take up this type of adventure. Go to holy places. Don't go to some place for sense gratification or material enjoyment. Become more entangled in material life. But the adventurous spirit, it's there so that we can find out who we are, who is God, and what is our intimate relationship with God. That's a path. Just like you take a path to go somewhere. This is the real path, the path back home, the path back to the spiritual world. So devotees of the Lord, all classes of transcendentalists, they come here for these reasons, to develop love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Mother Yamuna, she's particularly very merciful. Here at Yamunotri, there's a beautiful temple, and in that temple there's a deity of Yamuna. There's a deity of, you could say, her sister, Ganges, and in the middle is a deity of Lakshmi. Yamuna Devi is very darkish in color, dark blue. Mother Ganges is very white. Yamuna's blue. She is the daughter of the sun god, actually. And she has a twin brother who's also dark in color. Her twin brother is Yamaraj. They're twins. They were born from Suryadev and his wife. Suryadev wanted to have children, but his wife was a little hesitant to conceive with him because he's very fiery by nature. He's the sun god. So she sent her shadow. The acharyas say she sent her shadow. And Suryadev conceived with the shadow, therefore Yamuna Devi, she's a little darkish in color, and Ganga's a little whitish in color. So that's how you see them in the temple there. Mysteriously, or by the arrangement of the Lord, here in Yamunotri, there's a beautiful hot spring, because it's quite cold here, you can see. I'm dressed in very warm clothes, and her waters are icy cold. So, but by her arrangement, there's a spring which bubbles up very warm water. So pilgrims come here and they first bathe in her sacred cold waters, and then they go and bathe in the warm waters. She's so kind. And what is her ultimate kindness? That she helps us to become eternal residents of Vrindavan. She is one of the 5 personalities who grants eternal residence in Vrindavan, and from here she'll flow down to the plains, into the plains of India, and into Sri Vrindavan Dham, and there pilgrims also bathe in her sacred waters, because she is one of the 5 personalities who grants eternal residence in Vrindavan. And as Krishna Bhaktas, that is our goal. Go back home, back to Godhead, specifically Goloka Vrindavan, and serve the Lord and his associates there in that sacred abode. So we've come here, and we're sitting at her lotus feet. Just the external beauty captivates the heart. What to speak if we pray for that spiritual vision? Premanjani Churati Bhakti Vilochanena, to see these things in a spiritual way. And how to do that? We can read Shastra, we can hear from the Acharyas. I'd like to finish with a beautiful prayer from the Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. How we can appreciate in a deeply spiritual way these sacred waters here high in the Himalayas. O River Yamuna, you are the blissful spiritual water that gives love for the son of Nanda Maharaj. Because you have descended from the spiritual world, You can vanquish all our offenses and the sinful reactions incurred in our lives. You are the creator of all auspicious things for the world. O daughter of the Sun God, kindly purify us by your pious activities. Yamunotri Ki, Yamuna Devi Ki, the sacred Yamuna River Ki, Char Dham Ki, Bhumi Devi Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Go Premanandi, Jai Jai Sri Radhe.